Hallo und willkommen zurück. Ich bin hier mit den Indie-Entwicklern Keoken Interactive, Deliver Us the Moon.
Hi, I am Sander, one of the developers of Deliver Us the Moon with Keoken Interactive, and we're showcasing our game here at Gamescom.
So, how does it feel to finish the Kickstarter completely?
That was an amazing feeling. We had been working all month long, and in fact in the several months before that, to prepare the Kickstarter campaign appropriately. But when it hits, so many things just happen that you just have to let things go from there. And that's actually when Gronk came in. He featured us in one of his streams before the actual Kickstarter, and it helped us to build the hype and connect with a larger audience, which really helped us to fulfill the Kickstarter goal.
You finished Kickstarter with $104,000. Is this enough to completely finish the game?
It was enough to cover the next few months after the release, and it was one of the major sources of income that we needed to just keep the studio running. We're still running on that budget, as well as some other sources of income, as it's not our only financial source of budget. So it's really helped us to keep the game up and running.
So you try to get more money to finish the game with alpha, or?
We're not currently doing early access. We do send out some demos to our Kickstarter backers, as well as some YouTubers, some streamers, to get some more exposure for the game. But this isn't really the kind of game you want to release in early access, we think, or so we think now. So we're not putting it on Steam on early access, no. We plan to release the game in episodes, and so the first episode should be released in 2017, next year, and that should just be a completed first part of the game.
What is the main story of the game? We only see in the demo that you spawn in your base and fly to the moon, and then you walk outside and then it's over.
That's right, yeah. There is in fact a larger story to the game. Basically the game is set in the second half of this century, and according to our story, the resources on Earth will have depleted by then. So we have used them up. There are no more fossil fuel resources left or anything, and so we have a major crisis going on Earth. And in order to solve that, the various powerful nations of the Earth have come together and organized this so-called WSA, the Worldwide Space Agency, and in order to cooperate and combine specialized research to see what's best for mankind to go further. And so the WSA, the Worldwide Space Agency, has constructed a number of research bases on the moon, where each of the powerful nations has its own structure, its own base, where all kinds of research is done. So we have one base that is specialized in searching for habitable exoplanets, so other places where we could move to as mankind, or bioengineering, or alternative resources. But over the course of a few years, the cooperation of the WSA has slowly gotten worse and it's fallen apart, and so over time the bases were abandoned. And now it's up to you as the last astronaut to go up to the moon and see what you can uncover and recover of all that research that was done there. So really the only living thing left on the moon there, even though there were tons of people before you.
You have a correct time when we can play the game the first time. Is the release in view?
Yeah, after Gamescom we're pretty much making the final stretch. It's a large stretch, but it's the final steps, we think, which means that we'll probably releasing in 2017. Actually, that's definite. It's definitely in 2017, and we're aiming for the first quarter, but there are all kinds of factors that come into play there, so we're not really sure if it's first or second, maybe even third quarter, but in any case 2017.
Okay, thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.